Hi guys, in today's video we'll look into the scenario in which China and India go to war. And there is border disputes over these lands. Oh no, I have no internet. So yeah, that's just great. My internet's out right now, so this video might not get up on Saturday like it's supposed to, as my internet has gone out. Hopefully it gets back on today, but that might not. And in today's video, we'll look into a scenario in which China and India go to war. And, well, wait, what? That hasn't happened yet. That is going to happen, but not yet. And, by the way, we're not at the point where Pakistan joined. Yeah. The last time I clipped, it couldn't be saved. So, yeah. And I might not get as many videos next week as I will be busy with exams. And I can't control that, no. How much I get, oh god. With them slamming into Kashmir with another front breaking out right here. With Chinese forces lined around the border, a lot of artillery goes off in these lands as they do this. What's China's plan? Shall we look? So basically, China has a really good plan. They're planning to come down and capture Delhi. Basically. While they're trying to do that, and then they'll come into here to invade. And then after getting Delhi, they plan Pakistan will come in and invade these lands, and these lands. Of them building a defensive along this border, and so on. Their plan is pretty solid, I think. But there's going to be allies both sides. But likely America has been sending aid, so we can just assume that, guys. They're already sending aid. But Pakistan might not be in the best place. I wonder, will Pakistan survive 2023? I don't know. But if this video starts, but Pakistan seems to think the best way to stabilize their country is by war, which is not the best way, I hate to inform you. With India managing to hold a nice defensive here and a nice one there. But they lacked in this section because they thought most of Pakistan would be in the north, but no. And Pakistan takes their claw out. I don't know what's called. And they start invading. But India breaks through Pakistan's weak spot. Which, guys, is a very weakling area. For some reason, one area slacks defenses, and that's right here. And they come around and get around these forces, which causes a bit of chaos in these two fronts that Pakistan is forced out. That's being the first campaign, and the second one in Tibet. Yeah, that's how well it would go, I think. Mountains, you know. But this is as China calls on another ally, which is starting to provoke the West a lot. And I guess they have likely want to get naval dominance sorted out now. With Myanmar sending a small number of forces because they can't send a lot in and doing this. While China's probably doing less. They're getting through these mountains and likely sending aid through the Myanmar mountains. Yeah. No, the Myanmar jungle. Does Myanmar have mountains? I think Vietnam's like a mountain jungle. But with bad news happening for China's northern offensive as forces are pushed back. China gets upset at Pakistan's oofing here, which does not go well. With China being seen as very provocative towards the West. And what does the West do? They start getting infuriated with this being where China's economy starts going bad. And then economic warfare starts happening. And economic warfare basically is not great. And injures more than it helps. Yep. That's basically the new plan. And why is this plan so successful? I don't know. But at this time, India sees this provocative issues and starts mobilizing their borders. I can't tell who Bangladesh would join, but maybe China could persuade them. I'd say there'd be a spot persuasion is going on. And with Pakistan, China's only ally so far in this war, getting pushed back even further. And don't forget, Pakistan's a really ethnically diverse country, so this could lead to civil wars and stuff and such. With countries like Japan and Australia disliking this Chinese expansion. With Australia joining, who else joins? Likely Japan would join, as a Quad and AUKUS would likely be initiated, which would lead to Taiwan probably getting involved. I mean, the Philippines might get involved, as the West starts their major reaction. As the West basically spazzed at them, with France getting involved in Canada. I don't know who else would get involved. But you can also base it off who's in charge too sometimes. And well, I'd say Poland will get involved. I'd say everybody's navy with America basically having naval dominance over lands we would expect, and so is Canada. Why not all there? Because that's like impossible. Maybe it would be through the Northern Passage, which is completely belonging to Canada. Just in case you didn't know. Well, actually, there is a dispute about that. With South Korea infuriating the North. Why would they do that? Because they allowed naval use. Great job, South Korea. What is this? Now going to turn into World War III? And what would Israel do? They'd have to be Western leaning, but their new government is something. And yeah, we are going to do something now. Or are we going to see something happen? And yeah. Yeah. Now this happening to Taiwan's waters. How did that happen? With this happening to Vietnam's water. And China going into international waters now, but not trying to provoke anyone. With them doing this and taking over the South China Sea. Great going, China. But with Vietnam basically saying, you're not taking me. With this kind of happening. And China starting its invasion of Thailand. Which even takes Bangkok in this. It neutralizes the threat of them. As Laos decides to get involved in them. With the capital Thailand just falling, basically, this happens. But they don't fully fall. Why don't they fully fall? Because, well, this kind of happened to Laos. And Cambodia, so they were basically weakened. With China infuriated at this, but doing nothing. With China quickly sending forces into the south. With something weird happening. They keep going and going. And for some reason, they only get to here. What? That's weird. They didn't even take the full peninsula? And how did they get there? But now naval dominance would probably look like this. As this is a good place, I guess. With China trying to keep these seas good, but they see that their best bet is to take Taiwan first. And yeah. Some countries would have to join to help. With Iran would be in a bad spot because they have a lot of trade with India. Yeah, that's true, I think. But in my best opinion, I think they would join the red team. And once they did this, I just escalated this is an escalation as this kind of happens. And Saudi Arabia kind of says you can't do that. And allies with Iraq saying that they're right and stuff. With Russia just staying neutral, why would they stay neutral? Because it's in their best interests. As a war is all at war. But there is one way to get Russia into this war, and it's pretty simple and probably would happen. With this being the Persian Gulf. But somebody goes in here and invades. Their name is Iraq. And what else does Iraq do? A lot. With America being warned against allowing Kosovo into this coalition by Serbia. But, as we know, they are smart. The Americans right now be like, boom, boom to, I guess they're boom, booming Laos. Really, America? You have to do that again? With Benelux deciding to enter the war. And Germany, for some reason. More countries join. With Turkey not joining, because why would they? With Italy doing stuff. Provocative measures. China says this is the West extending this fight. But is this really, some may say? With likely Israel would end up in this war, Egypt. I guess you understand who else gets involved. Tunisia, and who would get involved. This happens. And likely this would happen. And this. But then I see with the way the war is, this happening. And yeah, why do I see this happening? Because I do. Involved, and this is what the war now looks like. Which leads to countries like Colombia. Yeah. And I guess Argentina would help America. Or would they? And them trying to get the best members of South America to help them. And they even get the best members of North America. With it being like this. With Honduras, after having a football game with El Salvador in this world, declares war. And then Guatemala just says, America, can we help you? And they say yes. No, I'm not going to put them in. I feel like for some reason they would help the East. But I'm not sure, so my best bet is to leave it out. With this kind of happening, with America doing that. Yeah, everybody has a navy, I guess. Brazil has a strong navy. Don't forget that one. And I'm going to not really go over most of Africa for some reason. Because, well, I'm going to teach myself about Africa. And the Falklands are Argentina again. No, I'm kidding. That would destroy this war scenario. And everyone is almost involved, but we forgot one important guy. And this quickly escalates as Russia warns the West and threatens the West. With this escalating to the brim, the break of World War III. Okay, so yeah, this is China versus India. Would this escalate this much? I don't know. But can it escalate this much for fun? Yes. Would it be entertaining if we then completely escalate this war to everyone has fun? Yeah. We can. With Austria going to stay neutral because they always would. Some things just don't change, guys. With NATO getting involved. Wait, Montenegro got involved, everybody says? With Serbia saying enough is enough to America as they allowed Kosovo to join them. Oh no, Kosovo. Everybody's saying. Everybody's like, okay, this war makes sense so far. But now that you put these guys in, you just escalated this war to... So that's World War III. I guess we didn't have to, but what's more entertaining? W3 or W nothing? I mean, as they take out the Baltic Sea fleet of Russia, they now do this. And yeah, I forgot one thing, guys. Yeah, no, the sneeze had nothing to do with this video, and I once again have no internet, guys. And yeah, I'm recording. And this is Saturday, guys. Just let you know. I don't know what to do if I'm out of internet, I guess, but record a video. With this happening, and everybody's focused on everywhere in the world, so this kinda will go good. With America now focused on everywhere in the world, well, some countries that would never make gains are going to take advantage. Well, Serbia is one of them. They'll use the Srpska as a way to land more troops. And the Serbian Krajania rises up with them invading Kosovo. It being like the Yugoslav wars if it happened today. Well, that's being seen as violent. With Hungary being unloyal, I mean, that's not going to happen. I know Hungary is unloyal, but I don't think they would ever do that. With the Russian invasion of the Baltics taking place. And yeah. Let's go to the main focal point of this video, guys. Shall we? Yeah, shall we? Yes, we shall. Let's see what it's trying to do. Okay, they continue their invasion of India. And they take out Tajikistan. Okay. Who's next to get taken out? Well, it looks like for China, everything's going to go so well now. Especially in the Korean Peninsula. With American forces landing here. And then this happens to South Korea. With 3 months happening. Yeah, this isn't 1 month of fighting in Korea. This is month 1. Yeah, that happened. Actually, this is month 1 of this offensive. That's predicted by the American and Japanese forces to take a while. With an unpredictable siege happening of North Korea. Within days, North Korea is in trouble. With North Korea attempting to launch a nuke on America, but I don't think they would have the best nuke. And they think, yeah, we're going to get to America, they say. But guess what, guys? It works. And they hit Tokyo. Which America says, China, kick North Korea off your... If you don't get rid of North Korea, there will be chaos. With them nuking North Korea and saying that's... Everyone stop this or else the world will be ruined. And yeah, as America pushes in, taking over North Korea. With China basically on thin water after this has happened. So is Russia. Russia's in very thin ice. With Russia likely having it here and the naval forces here. With American forces likely having crossed into this area of the world. Of this likely being a route to get Australia there. And America coming from here, guys. Yeah. American forces even divert from here to go there and stuff, you know. Classic American Navy stuff. Hey, look, we have the Japanese Empire. No, I'm kidding about that. Well, this being their naval domination, guys. But America will dominate this world as they go right through the South China Sea. With India doing its first counter-offensive of this war, which is a full-on success, kicking Pakistan completely out of their borders in the south. Even crossing the border. Well, Iran is still having problems. How much are you asking? Well, do you want to see their problems unfold? With Ethiopia just basically saying, yeah, we're done with this war. And saying, yeah, we're going to be neutral. With America having forces now sent into South Sudan and into Egypt as they start two offensives. They even move across Libya's coast. Why are we ignoring Libya's navy? Because we can. Why can we ignore it? Yeah. That was just two attempts, two fights. With Iran's problems getting too big for the government to handle and keep a clamp on. With this even happening. With America doing what America always does in the Caribbean. With the American Navy in Colombia doing some cool stuff. Because there's American naval assets there, I guess. With the fall in North American nations happening almost in days. With Venezuela being invaded on every front. With a lot of people in Pakistan upset, I guess. Why are we... With Serbia attempting a last-ditch attempt of restoring Yugoslavia. They think they'll do that with no forces here. Wait, what? With them reuniting, with them making Yugoslavia, with Russia basically starting a true-on, full-on offensive into Ukraine, and Belarus starts sending forces into the Polish front, which doesn't go so well, but the Baltics are like this. And, well, the winter came. Well, the winter's really warm this year. Oh. With all European countries unable to get gas now. Now, the American forces everybody's like, yeah, there's no Americans coming. But they attacked everyone, basically. The American forces arriving! And everybody's shocked at how fast Serbia falls. They did this much in the full war. I don't think that would ever happen. I was just letting it happen. And with Poland kicking them out of their border and even running into Lithuania. With everybody upset at this point. Why? China and India's front is just stalemate the full war. And yeah. There's one area they likely see having peace soon, which is the Middle East. Why would Iran leave? Iran has a small invasion take place as Turkey and Azerbaijan invades to here to link onto their culturally tied lands. That's so funny. And this happens. But why is this going so well? Because something pops up out of the middle of nowhere. The Republic of Iran demands independence everywhere. As these forces are anti a lot of stuff. With Iran kind of forced to exit this war. With Iran's problems getting very bad as they do this and more. Well, surrendering with their forces even have been completely withdrawn. Iraq is just holding it. Did you really think that would work, Iran? And well, Turkey sends his forces in. It was a surprise. They're lucky Russia didn't send forces south, but I think that was expected. Russia has lost all of its might already. America and Europe too. But something odd happened. With an unexpected movement of Russian forces. Nobody saw them even. The radars didn't even pick up on them. With the winter coming. Yeah, that's good for, I think, for Russia. Oh no. Wait, what? As Russia's navy is completely taken out by a bunch of people dressed up like skiers. Who's skiing to war? As Finnish forces meant to cross, but they crossed dressed up like Russian. So everybody thought they were Russian. Yeah. And they do this. As they dive into Russian lands. Hey, who knew the winter was Nordic time? As they're skiing into Russia. As they move towards St. Petersburg, but this is where it starts going bad, as American forces start landing throughout the Baltics. Especially here where they managed to do this. With this being like the end of Russia. As it's the end of Minsk. And yeah, it is the end of Minsk. With Russian forces unable to hold on to Belarus. With some new guys coming from Kiev and moving north. They take out the Russian army as they move into Crimea. It's where Russia's Azov Sea and Black Sea is destroyed. With Russia now trying to back out of this war with as much as they can. But it's too late. As this happens. With this happening. Before Russia agrees to leave the war. With Russia agreed to leave, that Russia is dealt with. Yeah. Why haven't I been focusing on this region? Because with Japan gaining land out of it likely. They want Sakhalin back in order to allow Russia to have peace, which Russia is forced to agree to. With the Chinese fleet and waters being taken over. Let's watch what India does with this war. You want to see what they do, guys? Really? You do? Yeah. As they invade, even as they start an offensive in the Pakistan south. With the new Iranian government now sending forces in. With Pakistan just being China 2.0, I guess. With India sending its navy into southern Thailand. This being the end of Chinese expansionism. As they do this. And yeah, I used to think the sea did touch there, but it doesn't. With Tajikistan having a revolution as they overthrow the government. With a new restore of a better China. A bigger, better, stronger China. And then basically saying we want Tibet freed or else no peace, which China refuses right now. And then they say, how about East Turkestan? China still refuses. How about give up to both of them with this happening, with China still refusive? With this being where peace is reached. And I think I'm going to go with the first treaty, which will affect Africa. It will be the Treaty of Khartoum. On success. With Algeria becoming a democratic republic, Libya, Sudan, and the rest of Eritrea became democratic. These countries are done with treatying, or them. But I think we will move to the Treaty of Tehran, which involves the Middle East, not including Pakistan, but I think that's Central Asia. No, that's not Central Asia, that's South Asia. Somewhere. Yeah, I'm not quite sure. And yeah, let's look at the treaty. But somebody just declared independence. Let's look. Who is that? And Russia's military has been disbanded. Okay, that's what Chechnya looks like, definitely. With Dagestan declaring independence then. Okay. Who else is going to end up leaving Russia? I think we might be watching Russia collapse before their peace treaty. With Tatarstan declaring independence. And whatever this Russian Republic is. Yeah, and then Sakha declares independence, or whatever it's called. Tuva declares independence. With Russia having lost lots of land, but still probably being one of the biggest, still definitely bigger than Canada. And everybody's surprised at how successful these independents were. But then again, we have to remember, likely Russia's military is in shambles. Yeah, right now. And countries who are out of treatying are getting out of this war. Why is there treatying done for some countries and not the others? Yeah, some either never bordered them. Albania might definitely be in a treaty, but you know what countries probably we won't see again involved? Germany, Czechia, Slovakia probably won't. Moldova. Sweden doesn't have anything changed yet. Won't have anything change. Neither will Spain. Treaty are here. And we will go to the Treaty of Washington, the Washington Conference, where stuff changes. Include Venezuela, which is really Farah. This, yeah, definitely. Well, you know who's out of treaties? America annexed Cuba. Venezuela lost a huge swath of land. And where don't we need naval dominance? No, we don't need it at all, guys. And China did not have a full defeat, if that makes sense. But they lost all their naval dominance. Luckily, we only need to do this quickly. And, well, the Eurasian Treaty, or the Beijing Conference, which will affect everyone in the old world, basically. Except Africa, which is also the old world. But, you know. And yeah, now Brazil gets a new lake. That's great. That's just great, said everyone. Yep, that's just great. But now I'm going to be busy. After change to this world, with Georgia, Azerbaijan gaining land, South Korea gained land, Japan gained Sakhalin, India gained a lot of land, Pakistan looks like that, East Turkestan gained independence, Tajikistan gained some southern lands from Kyrgyzstan, and the rest of Kyrgyzstan was meant to be gifted away. All of Serbia's neighbors annexed a tiny bit of land. Albania unites with Kosovo, and Serbia is the size of the new Armenia, maybe even smaller. With the Poland-Lithuania Commonwealth coming back, and some changes I forgot to make on this map now will happen. This change 1, change 2, and, well, change 3. Russia did gain land, but they mostly lose land. With the Soviet Union not in sight, this is pretty much all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. We have 10 days to get to 100 subscribers. My video might not be getting out today, and maybe tomorrow, and you might miss a video, but I can't control it because the internet's out. So please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video. Please like and subscribe so we can get to 100 subscribers in 10 days. And that would be great. So please like and subscribe. That's all for today's video. And please like, subscribe, comment, Wild Mapper out.